Welcome to Lofi Stories. I'm Harry, your host for tonight's mystery. Before we begin, tell me, where are you listening from? Let's get started. Some things don't go bump in the night. Some quietly vanish into it. In the sleepy town of Elmbrook, fog gathers like secrets around the street lamps, and in a small green house near the woods lived Clara Wren. She was 16, quiet, smart, the kind of girl who watched more than she spoke, but there was something else, something in her stillness that unsettled people. Clara's mother noticed it first. The bed was empty some mornings, the front door slightly ajar, the floor faintly wet like morning dew. But Clara always returned, just before dawn, and she never remembered where she had been. Therefore, Clara began writing, not from memory, but from instinct. Each morning, her journal filled itself with strange drawings and words. A mirror in the trees, a staircase that ends in fog, a boy with smoke for eyes. One entry read, "Midnight is not a time, it's a place." Her handwriting, but not her thoughts. Her mother began to worry. She locked the doors, hid the keys, but still Clara vanished, and still she returned. Clara turned to the only person who believed her, Leo. He was her neighbor, her best friend since childhood, and when she asked him to stay the night, he did. "If I leave," she said, "you have to follow me." They made a plan: cameras, flashlights, a journal by the bed. But when midnight struck, Clara stood up with glassy eyes, her body moving like a string was pulling her. She walked out the front door, barefoot. Leo followed. The woods behind Clara's house weren't large, but at night they felt endless. Leo followed the crunch of her steps until he saw her pause. In a clearing, lit by moonlight, stood a tall, freestanding mirror. It didn't reflect. It shimmered. And Clara stepped through it, like fog through fingers. Then, silence. And then, darkness. Leo was found by searchers at sunrise, barefoot, trembling, his flashlight broken. Clara returned home as usual, but this time she was crying. "I saw it," she whispered. "I saw what's waiting for me." But when pressed, she said nothing more. Therefore, her family moved. New town, new locks, new routines. But midnight still came. And on certain nights, neighbors whispered of a barefoot girl wandering her backyard. Eyes glassy, mouth whispering to no one. Every year on her birthday, Clara burns a page from her journal. Always the same one. The sketch of the mirror in the woods. No one asks why. Some mysteries don't ask to be solved. They just want to be remembered. And if you're lucky, they forget you. Leo? He never speaks of that night, but he hasn't looked in a mirror since. Thank you for joining and listening to tonight's mystery. Now tell me, what would you have done if someone you loved vanished every night at midnight, like Clara, and came back not quite the same? Let me know in the comments.